I wish I had the information I have now when I was in my 20s, 30s. I thought this was just about starting a YouTube channel. Hey, hi, hello, it's me, Jen. We need to talk. I have been so overstimulated and in my own head. I finished my book that I was writing, and I thought I was gonna have like this excitement of I hit the finish line. Have you ever felt that way, that you should feel excited, you should feel like you want to go and have a party, yet get to the finish line, you're there, you see it, and then you're already focused on what you need to do next. You don't sit in it, you don't celebrate it, and I just felt blah. I thought this was just about starting a YouTube channel. I was going to do some research, I was going to help others start. I wish I had the information I have now. I didn't have that mentor guiding me. I've learned everything on my own, and sitting in that, knowing that I had to do it all on my own. And I discovered something about myself this week. I didn't want this channel to be labeled like self-help, Christian, science. It's all those things. It's a little messy. That's why I call it a lived-in space. And I'm going through it in real time. I got sick. I didn't really want to show up to post this week. I thought, oh, no one will know. I will know. I let myself down. I've learned I had to become my own cheerleader, my own critic. But as I was sitting there and thinking about all of that, I was thinking, I've been hiding something this entire time from the world. I have built workarounds. I have avoided topics and different things so I don't have to let someone see it. And as I've been going through this process, it's crazy. God has a funny sense of humor. It's just been thrown in my face, this second chapter of my life. I was a girl who lived in numbers. I wanted something that was predictable. It never changes. 2 + 2 is always going to equal 4, right? And I was good at it. So I thought that is the safe route to take. And that's how I lived the whole first half of my life. I'm going to tell you how we got here. I have rewritten episode 4 for my podcast 10 times probably, if not more, because I didn't know what I wanted to say, because I have so many things to say. I talked about this last week of picking a lane and how difficult it is in midlife because you're kind of just doing everything. And then I realized that is the content itself. So I sat in that for just a moment thinking, how am I supposed to talk about neuroscience when the thought of going and hiking the Camino, the first thoughts is this fear I have that I've hid from the world my entire life. Only 2 other people know, and I didn't tell them until recently, probably the last 1.5 to 2 years, did I even tell them what was going on. And now they don't correct me. They let me lean over and ask questions without wondering what's going on. I wish I had told them sooner. I wish I had told you sooner. But it's scary being vulnerable and open and really talking about something that has built, it's like a domino effect. It's built insecurities, one thing on top of another. And I thought I was masking it. I was keeping it all a secret, right? Well, I was, but it was also holding me back from my true purpose. I booked a trip to go and hike the Camino, and the first thoughts that went through my mind was the words, the cities. How was I going to pronounce them? I have never told anyone this before, but I am terrified of words. I have struggled my entire life with pronouncing different words. I have to really see them, study them, see the syllables, sound them out, practice. And even then, sometimes the anxiety kicks in and the fear, and they don't come out correctly. And I hear in the back of my head, as much as the episode that posted yesterday, I was trying to talk about neuroscience and I mispronounced a couple of the words and I cringed. I thought they're going to see me. They're going to know my dirty little secret. And then I thought, I'd been doing this Bible study for a while. I thought I'm just going to do something different. I have been doing the book of Genesis through Eden and Adam and Eve, and I thought, I'm just going to type into chat my struggle and see what kind of Bible study comes up. And that's what I did. I said, I am terrified of words. I think I am going to get tested when I move to Orlando. It's gotten to a point where I no longer want to live in the shadows or let it hold me back. But I'm feeling called to speak in this second half of my life. I've been given a platform, a podcast. I've written a book. And strangely enough, I just finished the book on a woman's journey of finding her voice. And I'm thinking, I'm sitting in that right now, trying to find my voice. What am I going to do? Am I a fraud? A Bible study around my struggle, around my secret. And he gave me Moses at the burning bush. And I was like, what? I've heard that story 1,000 times, but it's different when you're sitting in it. You're standing there. And I was standing there at that bush going, God, I know you want me to speak. I know you want me to tell others about how you've impacted my life, the neuroscience, the clinical terms behind it, but I can't pronounce those words. I'm not confident enough. I don't have the ability to do that. I'm not that person. And I feel like that is where I have been living for the past few years of send someone else. I don't want to go. I don't want to do it. I'm going to cry as I'm talking about it. That's how close to my heart it hit. It was just like, bam. And I did a deep dive on my birthday into Moses, the verses, the scripture, reading it, and how he felt incapable. And I feel that way a lot of the times. I'm like, who am I to be writing a book, speaking to anybody? I'm not polished. I'm just imperfect. And all I could hear was God standing there telling me, who created your mouth? Who created you? I have something funny to tell you. I recorded the whole video. The last half, it was silent. So we're going to have tea time. Look how cute. Some bunny loves you. They do. I do. I poured everything out. I got home, got ready to edit the video. And I was just like, oh my goodness. The whole last 5 minutes of the video was just gone. But isn't that what the enemy tries to do, is silence us? The last section, the mic just wasn't working, even though it had worked the entire video. The audio just stopped right where at God said, I made your voice. I made you. I made your mouth. Interesting spot for it to stop. When I noticed it at first, I was like, of course it did. Everything is going wrong today. I was feeling emotionally drained, to say the least, today. Thor's here with me. He missed our cuddle times this afternoon. But then I paused for a moment and I thought, this is what the enemy does. When you are trying to walk in your purpose, be your true, authentic self, do you not feel like the world gets louder? The opinions gets louder? It gets harder before it gets easier. The journey is never paved with gold. We're all traveling the same road, just different experiences, and it has potholes and turns and curves, and this just happens to be mine. But I've decided that my voice matters. You matter, I matter, we all matter. We're entitled to take up space, speak our opinion, our truths, no matter what that looks like. I have learned from this experience, don't judge a book by its cover though. Always read the chapters because there's a lot of interesting things that you get to know about people. I don't know what this means for me. I don't know what is next. That's why I say I'm starting over. I have read the Bible multiple times, but this experience, being in transition, midlife, in pause, starting over, it makes me look at it differently. I don't know, would you want me to share those experiences of what I'm learning and the journey that I'm on spiritually? Because I feel called to say something, to speak. It's fascinating when you read the Bible and the characters and you're really studying them to see that in 2026, we're not the first set of people who struggled and families were estranged and the world was in chaos. As weird as it sounds, it's comforting to know that I'm not alone. We're not alone. And we weren't the first. Our struggles are normal. We're human. Our challenges are what makes us unique. Do you have that thing that holds you back, that you're scared to tell anyone, embarrassed that they'll make fun of you? that's held you back, kept you in the shadows. I feel like I've put myself in a box. I let fear of misspelling or mispronouncing a word hold me back for all these years. If I had let it out sooner, talked about it, gone to the doctor, things could have been different. But I let it hold me back, hinder how I communicate, what I say. It's created other insecurities. I just want you to know you're not alone. We're in this together. I hope that you'll follow along for my journey. We can grow together, cry together. I don't know, it's been wild already, and I'm only on like week number 4 of starting this YouTube journey. And I'm learning something new every week. And it's not just about posting and pictures and hashtags. I'm learning about myself. It's like rediscovery all over again. Things I wish I had known when I was younger. What is your thing? If that thing wasn't holding you back, how would you show up differently? I'm going to sit with that. I love you guys. Just stay sweet out there.